Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to take a quick look at our newest secondary weapon that was released with the Fortuna update, the Ocucor. Now first things first, you can get the blueprint for the Ocucor from the corpus, or rather energy lab, in your dojo. The blueprint itself will cost you 15,000 credits, and to build the weapon you have to put an additional 25,000 credits, 10 field drone, 40 thermal sludge, 55 Venerdo alloy, as well as 20 Sagan modules. So you'll have to do a little bit of everything in Fortuna to get your hands on it. The Ocucor is a mastery rank 8 secondary beam pistol that does 22 damage per damage tick, 20 of which is radiation and only 2 is puncture. It can fire up to 12 rounds per second with 40 rounds in the magazine and a decent reload time of 1.6 seconds. The weapon also has an okay-ish 16% crit chance with a below average 1.8 times crit multiplier and a decent 24% status chance. Now the weapon does come with a unique mechanic where once you kill an enemy, the weapon will sort of sprout an energy tendril that will latch onto an enemy near your crosshair and damage it while you're firing the weapon. The number of tendrils you can have up at any given time is actually determined by your multi-shot, so to begin with the weapon will only sprout 1, but if you put on lethal torrent and barrel diffusion you can have up to 3. Now the tendrils do far less damage than the main beam. I think it's somewhere around 1/5 of the damage of the main beam, and they will reset once you reload. And finally, the range of the weapon is somewhat low. It's somewhere between 20 to 25 meters, and it doesn't come with any polarities to begin with. Now the setup I ended up using on the Ocucor is a 4 Forma build where I've just added 4 Vs. And it's a hybrid build, so the mods I'm using here are Hornet Strike for damage, Barrel Diffusion for multi-shot, Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, Prime Pistol Gambit for crit chance, Prime Target Cracker for crit damage, and then Pistol Ammo Mutation. And this is because, number 1, the weapon only has 240 rounds in total, which is not that great. Number 2, it's also extremely ammo inefficient. And number 3, now that we have MOAs and we have Vacuum for all the companions, I really don't want to use Carrier. And I topped it off with Pistol Pestilence and Jolt for corrosive damage, though I only use this versus the Grenier and the Infested, and I use Gas for the Corpus. Now, as you would expect with the weapon that only has 22 damage to begin with, on top of a below average crit multiplier and not amazing crit chance, it can't really down level 100 units. So I bumped the enemies down to level 50, though you can take a little bit higher versus the Corpus. And the reason I didn't bump them down to 70 or maybe even 60 is that while you can take them down, you will run out of ammo even with ammo mutation. And there's also another problem here, and it has to do with the tendrils. Because unlike with most weapons where your damage effectiveness sort of goes down gradually until you just don't have enough damage, here you're gonna see a massive drop off in damage once you can't kill 3 enemies within the first half of your magazine, because what's gonna happen then is you're gonna be firing at the enemy, you're finally gonna kill it, you're gonna get the tendril, then you're gonna maybe get a second one, and then you have to reload and the tendrils are gone. Now granted, this isn't as noticeable in normal missions where you have weaker units like Butchers and Scorpions for Grenier, or Prodmen and Crewmen for the Corpus, or Runners and Chargers for the Infested, but you will still notice a massive damage drop off once you get to a certain level. And as a result of that, the weapon can only take on the Star Chart, Nightmare and Fissure missions, Orbivalis and the Plains, and some early Corpus sorties, so don't even think about taking it into Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, Arbitrations, or some higher end sorties. And even if you do try to brute force it, which I did, and you just spend more time fighting each enemy, you're just gonna run out of ammo, even with ammo mutation. So in my eyes, this weapon is unfortunately a bit of a flop. It looks cool, I'll give it that. The tendrils do look cool when they latch onto enemies, but the damage is just not there. The ammo efficiency, or inefficiency rather, is pretty horrible, and it's weirdly expensive as well. I mean, 20 Sagan modules is no joke. Sagan modules only come from the Kara mode, which is like the second rarest fish in Orbivalis, and you can only get it from a fishing hotspot in a cave. So the Ocucor unfortunately gets a big thumbs down from me, and I don't really think it's worth picking up. Because while I don't generally write weapons off just because they ain't doing big deeps, yo, this is a little bit too much bad for a weapon that just looks cool. Alright, so yeah, this is a no from me, and as always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.